Hey there, subscribers. I am glad you are here. So I am actually going to be doing a request today in this video. I had a comment on one of my other videos, and Sarah asked, do you make, how do you have images of different sizes fade in on screen at different times to take up the entire screen? Now, Showit is responsive, and within that responsiveness, they really only have, I guess, a 3-column responsiveness. You have your middle image, which can stretch to the left and the right. You have your right image that can stretch to the left or right, and then left image, and they will overlap. Or maybe it's better if I just do examples instead of trying to describe this, but I don't even know what to call this video. I'll figure it out and I'll name it later. So I will be showing you how to have images fade in onto the screen at different times, and then also, if you want them to be responsive, how to make them responsive and how to make them take up essentially the entire screen. So to do so, I have just pulled up kind of a template that I already have and I've been messing with in other videos. And I'm assuming that it's going to be the first canvas that you would want to be big. I guess it could also be a loading page. So maybe we'll start with that. So I'm going to add a blank page, and I'm going to just do like the basic 650 initial height. You're going to want the canvas to be window height, I'm assuming, if you're going to want everything to like fill up the entire screen of whatever the person's on. And that's a good start. So then we're going to want to add the images that we want on our screen. So I'm going to go into one of my templates. Let's see which one. Here we go. So I'm going to add a bunch of images to start with. And I'm just, oops. Okay. So now, okay, accidentally made my screen bigger. So now we have all of our images. And at this point, you would probably want to layer them in the way that you want them to be. So, you know, I'm going to go into my page settings. I'll pull this one to the front. Here, obviously, you would want to design this how you want. Excuse the messiness that. And, you know, if you want to do one image at a time, you can as well. So I'm going to pick my background images first. So let's hide this one. And obviously for mobile, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to show you how to do it on desktop, and then you can reflect that to mobile. Probably should have set this up for before I started recording. And let's put this one up here. Blah, blah, blah. So as I was talking about Showit, you're going to want to do responsiveness for this because, for example, if I just show you what this looks like right now, it's not going to be responsive. It's going to be just these images floating here. And I'm assuming that that's not what we want. So, and obviously this isn't very pretty, so forgive me, but the point is just to show you, how to do this. So let's get this one down here. Okay, good enough, right? So, like I was saying, if I preview this right now, it's not going to be responsive. They're just going to be making a box in that canvas size that I have set up. So we're going to want to make sure that these things are stretching and responding appropriately to whatever size your viewer is on. So for the background image, I'm going to set this one to go this way, and I want it to go up. This one's down at the bottom. I'll have it go down and also go right. This one, all the ones on the bottom, I'm going to set to go down. And this one, in the top right corner, I want it to go left and also go up. So just really quickly what that's going to look like. As you can see, it starts pulling these images to the edges. So this left one over here, I'm also going to have that stretch left. This, let's preview. So this, obviously is atrocious, but whatever your goal is with this, hopefully you can do a better job. But as you can see, the images are now pulling up a lot of the space. But like, I might want this floral image here to also be responsive and go this way. And this, since this one is on top of it in the layers, it will go behind it and look something like that. And maybe this one up over here, let's see, it's behind that one. So maybe I want this one to also stretch up, so that I'm going to have the vertical locking as that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, and then let's get this one to stretch right a little bit. And just keep previewing. That looks terrible. Let's put this one all the way to the back. Boom. Now let's preview. Okay, so something like this. Maybe I want her to go this way. And also remember locking. So if I wanted her to move to the left and I wanted this one to move to the right, I could do that with locking, and now those images will move to those perspective spots. And maybe I don't want this one to stretch. Maybe I just want it to be in the center. Whatever it is you're looking for. I know I'm just rambling at this point, but here we go. So now, in the order that they are here, we want them to pop up, in whatever order that is. So I'm just going to hide all these images really quick so I can see what we're working with. So let's say I want, I'm going to kind of get my background images. Okay. So now we're going to want these to time. So whatever background, I'm going to make this background color this color. Never mind. So I want this left image to come in first. So in transitions, I'm going to do fade, and then I'm going to delay it by 0.5, and I want it to take a second to fade in. Now this image, I'm also going to do fade, and I'm going to delay it by 0.75, and I also want it to take a second to fade in. So when I preview, now we will have that image fade in and that image fade in, and you can alter the timing, however you want. So if I wanted that to delay a little longer, I could. And then I'm going to do, let's see, this image down here next. So I'm going to have it fade. It's going to take a second to fade in. And then I want this image to come in after. So then I'm going to do 1.25. Also, I'm just changing the time to 1 second for all of these. And then, maybe I want this one over here to come in next. So right now we're at 1.25. So this one is going to fade in at 1.5. And then this one is going to fade in at 1.75. And I'm just going to keep adding on the time. So let's see. Let's do this one next. So I was at 1.75, so we're going to go up to 2 seconds now. And then this one will be 2.25, etc., etc. So, and we'll finish up with our last images. So we're at 2.25, so this will be 2.5. And obviously this is going to be really quick. It's going to fade in, boom, 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 because that's how fast I have it. I have everything just by 0.25 fade in difference. If you want yours to be a slower fade in, you will adjust the time to reflect that. Oh, I have 2.5, so this will be 2.75. So now when we preview, all those images will fade in as they are timed, and because it is set to screen, it will be the full screen size here. And I can't scroll because I have whatever. And if I had this on, let's copy this, for example, this page. If I wanted it here, we would have it set to window height already, so then as you can see, you can scroll. So now when you preview, this is kind of what that would look like, and then you would be able to scroll. So the standards are the same for whether it's on a website or if it's just a landing page. But yeah, you can. It's very simple to do. Just remember that you need responsiveness for undersize and position, how you want these to respond. Make sure that they're touching the edges or, etc. And then all of the stuff is going to be under transition, fade, and time is just how long it takes to actually fade in the image. It takes a full second for it to fade in. You could even slow it down and have it fade for much longer. And the delay is basically just how long you wait before the image starts transitioning onto your site. So this image waits 2.25 seconds before it starts transitioning in. So you can go in and add these. You can add 0.5 second or a full second between each image, whatever makes sense for your design and whatever effect you want to happen. So that is how you can transition images in at different times and potentially fill up the full screen for your website. So I hope this was helpful.